everybody. We back again for another daily Bitcoin DCA because USD just ain't the way. We getting off of that sinking ship and we on the lifeboat and we headed to paradise and we about to enjoy what the future has in store for us. So today is September 19th, 2025. We're currently sitting at block height 915,476. One Bitcoin will currently run you 115,600 ish dollars, and $1 will currently get you 865 sats. Hash rate still looking strong. Network is looking strong. Average time to mine a block, the target time is still 10 minutes. We still looking good. Everything is still looking good. 23,000 reachable nodes out there. Everything is looking good. Market cap is looking good. We're sitting at 2.3 trillion. We got a whole lot more to go, between real estate, the stock market, different commodities, gold. We got a lot of way to go. So shout out to everybody that's taking the time to do the knowledge. And like I said, getting on the winning team off of that losing dollar. But the Z score, where are we sitting at today? 2.34. We still sitting in them twos. So, we're going to see which way we're going to go. We're going to break up to the fours and slowly, creep up this way. Or are we about to come down this way? So if we could just get a little peek into the future, that'd be nice. But we got some time to go. If we take a look at our floor, 52,683. So the floor is slowly creeping up. That's always a great thing to see. If we take a look at some technicals, our RSI on the weekly sitting at 59. We've been, like I said, we've been trending sideways since about late April. We've been kind of trending sideways. Just trying to figure out what it's going to do. All the news. Let's see what BITI is looking like. That RSI is slowly trying to creep back up. We're going to see. Sitting at 37. Let's go take a look at what I've accumulated up. As we can see, my fill, 116,350, $1.99. Got me 0.000000849 Bitcoin purchase. If we take a look at the overall account, we've accumulated up 0.0000857 Bitcoin. We went down. We was up yesterday. We down today. So you see, we was in the positive. So we down a little bit. And then if we take a look over at BITI, let's get it moved over. We're seeing all the numbers for everything else. If we take a look at BITI, $1 invested, 0.055194 shares purchased. Average price, 18.12. Price is up a little bit from yesterday. We was in the 17s. And this is also still a little negative. 2 cents. 9.98 market value. This is the average cost. This is how many total shares I've accumulated. And that's that. I did want to say a few things for those of you that have stayed around. First of all, shout out to all y'all that's been tapping in and appreciating these videos. Like I said, I enjoy doing these, and this is going to be an interesting ride. And I found this cool rooftop spot out in the Netherlands, and I was talking to this security guard at the spot. He seemed real cool, and when I was walking out, just chopping it up, and he was saying how he wanted to leave the Netherlands. He grew up in this little town that I was in. I was just in this small little town. And he's born and raised out there. and that he was moving to Thailand. He was moving to like the south part of Thailand. He just wanted to be by the beach, and he wanted healthier food, and just the quality of life for him, he said, was better out there. I asked him if he's been. He said he's been quite a few times. He's tried Bangkok, some of the northern spots, because it's been something that's been on his mind for a while. And it's crazy because I really enjoy the Netherlands. Like, every time that I go out there, I try to visit as many of the cities that I can and really try to get some good, true perspectives of the city, because if you just go to the major places like Amsterdam, The Hague, Eindhoven, and a few of the other larger cities that they have, it's a lot of tourists there, and it may be different. So to really get a feel of a place, you got to really hit those places in those cities, even the ones that you really don't hear about too much. And so I really try to do that as much as I can. And I really enjoy the country. And here's this dude that's from there, and he can't wait to get out of there, and get somewhere else. And it's just funny because that's just how life is. It's like we all, I don't want to use the word escape, but we're all escaping from something to, I guess, get to where you really want to be. Because I feel like as a kid, and I don't know if everyone feels this way, but for me personally, as a kid, I always knew that I didn't want to be where I grew up. It was just something in me. I don't know. It would be, um, the movies that I would watch. I was big into like my pops was into watching like James Bond, and then as I got a little bit older, I liked Jason Bourne. I was always drawn to these movies that were like overseas, like these international movies, not just, a lot of these older movies that are like off the coast in Italy, and all the big famous movies in Paris. So me, I always felt like, man, I really want to visit these places. So luckily for me, joining the service, that gave me my opportunity to really be out in Europe and travel around and really see how it feels. And, it's a feeling that you really can't explain until you experience it. And I say all that just to say, like, I really highly recommend, you travel as much and as often as you can and try to make it a priority. I know so many people want to travel and so many places on their bucket list. And it's not that people aren't willing. I just think they just don't make it a priority enough. I feel like we wait for groups of people. You know how it is. You hit a bunch of people up, everybody gets excited, everybody gets hype, and then when it comes time to needing to buy tickets, you start hearing crickets and you hear problems, or this happens and that happens and life happens. It's understandable. But don't let life stop you from doing the things you want to do, whether it be traveling or whatever the case may be. Like, try to get as comfortable as you can at doing more things and getting more experiences, even if you have to do them alone, because time will just really pass you by before you know it. Like, we blink, and I feel like every time we blink now, we like run into another year. But um, travel as much as you can, or if you feel like, I feel like everyone knows. Like, I feel like deep down, if where you're at, not necessarily in life, but where you're currently living, I feel like people know if it makes them truly happy or not. And I know everyone's situation is different. When I travel and do go to places, I ask people that aren't happy, like, well, why are you here? Like, why are you still here? It could be family, it could be this, that, or the third. And it's like, I get it, but it's like, try the best that you can to get to as many places as you can, and see what feels the best to you. Because I feel like we sacrifice so much of our time, and especially, learning more about the Federal Reserve, and how, money is just printed at will and put into circulation. They really have us on this wheel running and chasing this thing just to survive and live, while they get to just kick back and, funnel these funds to their friends and their family members before it trickles down to everybody else. So it's like, the game is very rigged, and we have a big hole that, we have to climb out of, and try to see any type of daylight and get our head above water. Sometimes it feels like. So it's like, it comes down to your habits, what you make important to you, um and you got to make a lot of tough decisions. Sometimes you might have to let a lot of people go, but then, you know, some people have a lot of people that are pushing them forward. So try to surround yourself around as many people that you can that are just positive, right? They got their own things going. Everyone got their own shit going on, right? We all got life. Everybody has issues going on, but also people do have a lot of good stuff going on too. It just looks different. So you don't necessarily have to surround your people that are absolutely into the things that you're into, but at least surround yourself around people that are a positive factor in your life, whether that be they just constantly support everything that you do, or you guys have an interest that you guys or girls like, whatever the case may be. It's like, you know, if somebody is a positive influence in your life or not, and then you know if where you're currently living at, if you feel happy there or not. So then it's like you have to decide, okay, I'm not where I want to be, so how can I start getting there? And then once you start going down that path, a lot more things will get a lot clearer for you, and eventually you'll end up where you want to be. So it's like, hopefully you just get on that path and just get going. And it's like, we live now in an abundance of information, but a lot of the information could be good, it could be bad. And it's like, if that's the route you want to go, then it's like you could hit that jackpot and find that first gym video right away that's going to put you right on the path you want. Or you may have to watch 100 videos or read one book, or you might have to read 100 books. But if you're not curious, and if you just don't stumble along the path and just get something going, nothing is really never going to happen. So that's all I got. Just a little something, but shout out to all you guys. I hope everybody has a great weekend. You know what the weekends are meant for, to not hit the brakes, hit that gas, keep diving into those things that you enjoy, have fun, enjoy life, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow.